Hi, welcome to day 27, and I'm doing things a little bit differently now. We are doing a 75 hard, kind of. I'm trying to lock it in, you guys. Just a lot of things feel stagnant, and I'm really trying to focus on my self-belief and how much that is playing a part in why I feel so stagnated in life. Top of my issues is money. I'm a dancer, and so my finances are not guaranteed, but also I took this job because I felt I should be able to make more money than I've ever made in my life here. And that has been true. There have definitely been nights that have shown me, like, whoa, what? Something in me is blocking having those nights more consistently. When I think about the club now, I have a huge sense of anxiety and fear. I fear not being able to make the night work out how I need it to work out. I feel like just coming into the club with that energy alone is enough to make me not perform well and kind of already have me in a very defeated mindset before I even talk to my first customer. Having to manage this much rejection and then also not feeling bad when you see other girls walking out of the building with like hundreds of dollars. It's hard not to compare, but all I can do is hold myself more accountable for what I'm not doing and who I'm not trying to get money out of, and like where I'm stopping my energy from flowing. This may be a little too woo-woo, but really the only thing I can control is how I feel about it and how I think about it and how I behave around it. And my biggest anxiety is going to work lately because I know I need a lot of money. And so when I leave the building with not a lot of money, that frustration grows and grows and grows. What I should believe instead is that every day is an opportunity to make $300. And that is the standard I want to set, is making $300 and more. And I think I really like what this one customer did. And then he gave me 40 and he's like, well, you only have 260 left to go. And I was like, oh, that honestly is probably a better way for me to try and get to my goal of $300, is like count how much I have now and how much I have left to go to get to my goal. And then maybe I can be more focused on like, okay, I just need $60 more, and then how can I get $60 right now? Also, don't like my body. That continues to be something that lives inside me. It makes me feel worse about myself in comparison to dancers that I view as like they never dealt with the weight issues that I dealt with. It never affected their body the way that it's affected my body. It's left scars and it's left evidence on my body that I used to be bigger. And I feel a lot of ways about that. I feel a lot of ways about those experiences that I had to live through. And it breaks my heart and it hurts me that I still feel like I can't let that go, or I'm not moved past that, or I'm still hearing residual comments about my body that still trigger things that I know I've been through and I've went through. I mean, I don't know what to compare it to, but anybody that has gone through a traumatic event in life and it has left physically scarred or physically changed, and now for the rest of your life you will continuously have to explain yourself or call back on the memories of like the worst time of your life. And that's just humanity. I mean, I have these scars on my shoulder and I get asked all the time, what's that from? And I'm like, what could it be from? Like, what do you think you're asking me? Still don't like my stomach, and I feel like worry and sadness and fear like lives on my face. I feel like if you could catch me at any off moment, you would see me like worried and in my head and anxious and scared. What I wish I felt, what I wish I believed in myself is that I'm beautiful and my body is perfect and beautiful, and that I know how I look and nobody can make me question myself because I know how I move, I know what I do, and I know how I contribute to my body, and no one can make me question myself. I want to feel really in control of how I eat, how I sleep, and how I work out, and I want to know that the result that you see on my body is a conscious, deliberate result. And I just don't want anyone to have shit to say about me or my physique anymore. When you've been like treated so poorly about how your body is shaped when you're a child, and that doesn't leave you until you become an adult and you find your own way, it can just still be so fucking triggering to hear comments about your weight, or just to be consciously or unconsciously comparing yourself to smaller framed individuals. And I'm tired of being so consumed with my food. I'm tired of feeling bad about what I'm eating. I'm tired of feeling stagnant in my weight loss. I'm tired of feeling I'm not making money because I'm being perceived as like, because this is my opinion, this is what I think. And I literally watched it. My friend Izzy, she is stereotypical skinny girl that works out her ass, and she's white. And I watched her on stage. 3 separate customers came up to her one by one on the main stage. And then she moved to the second stage, and a 4th separate customer came over to tip her. That just shows me that she is getting a majority of these men's attention. She attracts the masses. I attract the niches. I have to go look and search and sniff out my customer and then hope that he has more than $60 for me. She is able to pick out of 4 customers who gave her the most money and then go sit over there and get all his money. And then you know that there's other guys that were interested in you too, and that does not happen to me. And literally the difference is size. The difference is the way her body looks on stage and the way my body looks on stage. And her body gets a rush of men to the stage. My body gets turned away and uninterested, even though I am dancing my ass off. I'm shaking my ass. Like, I know a lot of music, country, rap, pop, whatever the music is, I usually know it and I can usually dance to it. I'm usually giving a performance either 10% or 90%. And it just doesn't get me the reactions that her skinny body just gets her from just being seen in the room. And that's why I feel so passionately that if I was able to just eat so simply, eat so cleanly, eat just fiber and protein based meals and leave it at that, and leave this food obsession and detach emotionally from this food, then I could just easily walk out on stage and be perceived as the best option in the building and get all that money. The plan is to do 75 hard. For my indoor workouts, I have my pole conditioning, I have a jump rope, I have a treadmill, we have 10-pound and 30-pound dumbbells. I could do Pilates. There's also this like step booty workout video. I think my indoor workouts are plenty available. And then outdoor workouts, I could go for a walk or I could go roller skate. Those are kind of the only 2 options I feel comfortable performing outside. There is also doing sprints, which I have been completely slacking on. I haven't done sprints in weeks. 2 45-minute indoor workouts, I don't give a fuck about making it to the outdoor workout. Like, as long as it's 2 separate 45-minute commitments to being physical, instead of reading 10 pages a day, posting at least 1 piece of content a day, that's like a future investment, whether it's my ASMR or my personal TikTok page or Instagram or Twitter. Like, I just need at least one platform to have been pushed ahead every single day. I'm also going to do no ordering out meals anymore. There's home cooked meals. And even if I start to get tired of my home cooked meals, there's like frozen meals that I'm willing to have in rotation so that we can at least still stay within like the boundaries of we don't order out food anymore. I really want to be strict and regimented in putting my money away and chiseling out this body. That one guy whose YouTube video I mentioned earlier, Quenlin Blackwell, is also like really inspirational to me. I really am inspired by her career. I am within an industry where first and foremost your looks matter. And I've already mentioned like how bigger people get treated, especially in something like the entertainment industry. So I just need people to have as little shit that they can say about me as possible. And I personally feel like it's really embarrassing to not have a handle on your food. Like, the fact that my body shows the fact that I have a hard time with self-control, like, that's embarrassing to me. I want it to be very evident that I can practice self-control, that I have a sense of knowing myself and controlling myself. It's really a mental game more than a physical. So, Quenlin, obviously David Goggins, I need to like re-register with. I need to really get in there with his psyche because I know he's right. I know he's always fucking right. And I mentioned all those limiting beliefs before because it's something I need to work on. I need to work on why do I feel this way about my body? Why do I feel like money is so hard to come by? Why do I feel like I'm the stripper that gets looked over? Why don't I feel like I can make 500 easily? Like, yes, there's been evidence that I can't make 500, but there's also been evidence that I can make 500. I'm working on my brain. It's all going to come from my brain and then my action. And I have to get my brain to accept the action that we're about to take and just fucking do that shit. Just focusing on my mind and focusing on my energy. I know these are things that I'm doing every day anyways, but for 75 hard, I think it's just I want to get over it. Oh, also, because I'm going to work, I'm considering that the second 45-minute workout. So I just need one right now, which is probably what I need to do right now because I am going to leave for work in a little bit. Not really starting over here, but just kind of honing in my focus and just thinking about the content that I need to be consuming. I also need to be writing everything. I need to be journaling so much more. I need to be writing everything out that I need to get out. Unfortunately, I had some Ruffles chips and I had a quesadilla with some Spanish rice, but that was all made at home. I always just am too anxious and like overthinking things before work. And then once I'm in the building, like you have no other choice but to be present and to be just moving in the room that we're in. But I just feel like the best advantages that I can take is before I'm even in the building and I can like manage my energy, manage how I'm going to react, manage how I'm going to respond, like expect that I'm going to hear no's, expect that I'm going to hear laters, expect that I'm going to hear, oh, I'm already talking to her, and just know like what I need to do and what I need to say and how I need to flirt and how I need to move to be like, I don't give a fuck who you're here with or if you don't want dances, I need my money.